Trinidad and Tobago, let me alert you all to how this thing going down for the next 5 years. The PNM and its agents, including the SABGA media, they will try to chip away at the credibility of Kamla Persad-Bissessar for the next 5 years. It will include lies, it will include delusionary tactics, it will include smoke and mirrors. Their whole intent is to make you believe that PNM at some point did not destroy the country for the last 10 years. You'll see it coming. Soon, SABGA media might put out that is UNC closed down the refinery, UNC closed down 6,000 SMEs, UNC caused the foreign exchange crisis. You'll see, all of a sudden, you might see that in Guardian media, because if they could put yesterday about Kamla not being in the cabinet meeting, something really wrong with them. And something wrong with them in an evil way. But I want to tell you all something about people like SABGA media and the SABGA who own Guardian media, the guardian of democracy. Let me tell you something. Before SABGA took over Carib Brewery, it was owned by some British fellow, some British firm. Because I'm from Shafley. That field, the Carib field, football field, was responsible for keeping those communities intact, tight-knit. Everybody used to coalesce around that Carib field. It had the Industrial League playing there. It had leagues playing there. It had community leagues playing there. Community teams like Santos, Hillsdale will go and play there. You know, it was one field, as the Belgian model shows, one field could be responsible for lowering crime, making sure people remain disciplined, focused. A field is important. The British, who had owned Carib, had a certain degree of CSR, corporate social responsibility. They would make sure that leagues were running. They were heavily involved, sponsoring the team. I used to see them down there. Okay. SABGA, I think his name was Anthony SABGA, who passed, he took over Carib. The people of Carib who went to that initial meeting with Anthony SABGA to continue having that field being used as an important part of the community, they went to SABGA. I know who was in that meeting. Colin Murray was in that meeting. And fellas all again, it's time for them to talk out. Colin SABGA, Junior Williams, and some other fellas was in that meeting with Anthony SABGA. And they were telling him the importance of that field to the community. And they're talking about Pittsburgh, Aranguez, St. Joseph, Shafley, Crep. That field was very important to the community, for all the reasons I told you before. And they told Anthony SABGA that they would like a continued investment in football for the community. You know what SABGA tell them? The SABGA media that always be listening to and going by. SABGA tell them, me come here for no football. I come here to sell beers. He tell them, I ain't come here for about no football. I come here to sell beers. In other words, all the communities could go to hell. All the communities that coalesce around this field for football, cricket, everything, just to come and walk, or they could go to hell. I come here to sell beers. So that's why when all they see all them people and them in all them bars from 6 o'clock. One of them men I seen in bars from 6 o'clock, and we had to do something about that eventually. In bars from 6 o'clock drinking one set of beers. All them Carib all they drinking and feeling all his man, because Carib like to make all they feel that once all they drinking a beer, all his man. Hey. Anyway, that's what SABGA do to the communities around there. And that's what they're trying to do with Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Just chip away at them, because what they care about is money. We ain't come here for no football, for no community. We come here to sell beers. And all they still peddling that strippiness and that crap to Trinbago, trying to chip away and lie on Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the UNC. But we're here to tell you all, it didn't happen in the shungs. We'll continue to nip that in the bud. So remember Trinidad and Tobago, when they're trying to paint Kamna Prasad Bisasa in a certain way. Remember this story. I ain't come here for no community or for no football. I come here to sell beers. Trinidad and Tobago, especially my people on the East-West corridor, loving the house all the time.